Okay, Star Wars Celebration came and went, and we got a lot of announcements, but unfortunately, like all of us, the majority of the public, there was a lot of stuff that we didn't see, but we all know that we are very excited to see. And I am going to be talking about the 4 things that came up during Star Wars Celebration that I'm very excited about, and that you should also be excited about too, because this has to do with Star Wars, and since I'm a big fan, I'm pretty sure if you clicked on this video, you are a fan as well. So if you are a fan of Star Wars, these 4 things that I'm about to talk to you about, you guys really need to check out. And I've also have snooped around the internet, and there are scenes and stuff that have been leaked. I may not show it in detail to you, but you guys can definitely go and search for yourselves that information. But these 4 things that I'm going to be talking to you about, starting with one very fun one, and that is Skeleton Crew. So the first thing that I'm excited about is Skeleton Crew. Now, the entire group and cast and producers have actually compared Skeleton Crew to Stranger Things. Now, the style and the way it goes seems very much in the same vein as something like Stranger Things. And what excites me about this is that it's a group of kids growing up in the Star Wars universe. And that's something that we kind of got sort of in the prequels with Anakin, specifically in Phantom Menace, how he grew up in this sort of world as a slave and working in a very tough situation. But in Skeleton Crew, we're actually seeing these kids being led by Jude Law, which, if you know anything about Jude Law, he's a fantastic actor, and I'm very excited to see what he's going to be doing in Skeleton Crew, being this sort of like leader of these kids. I don't know what it is, but Jude Law and kids have been synonymous multiple times, and if you catch my drift, I'll put some examples right here. So the second thing I'm very excited about is the Rey Skywalker movie. Now, this was just teased at. There was no full-on imagery shown. There's probably maybe 2 concept arts that was shown at Star Wars Celebration. But what I'm really excited about is kind of expanding her story. Not have it be a part of the Skywalker saga or anything, even though we kind of have to accept that she is part of the Skywalker saga. Now that she is Rey Skywalker, she's adopted that name. So I feel like in this situation, we're getting this very cool original story that doesn't have to do with Luke or Leia or any of the original trilogy cast, and it's just her own story, which I've always treated the sequel trilogy like its own separate story and not part of the Skywalker saga. But I am very interested in seeing what they are going to do with Rey, especially now that we found out that she is pregnant. So she's carrying the next Jedi, and I really hope that they don't do the whole Immaculate Conception thing, because we already know that happened in the prequels, and a lot of people kept questioning it, and only until we get to the sequel trilogy do we find out that Rey is actually a Palpatine, which, I mean, it's kind of a weird move that they did back then, but still, we want to see what kind of story Rey is on right now, because she is training the next generation of Jedi, and I think that whatever story that they have in store, it's going to be really fun, and I'm really excited to see what they have planned. So the third thing I am excited about is The Acolyte. Now, The Acolyte takes place during the High Republic era of Star Wars, and it's before the prequel trilogy, which is very interesting. And what I saw based on the leaks, because if you are like me and you're very curious, you'll more than likely find this sort of stuff on the internet. But based on what I have seen from recordings, this is going to be a very interesting series. This is going to be a fantastic series for people to go and see. And it has to do with the Jedi, the dark side, you know, what we're going to see, the Sith and Jedi kind of bicker around. And I really like the fact that we are seeing some Jedi action happening in this series. Not a whole lot is revealed about the series, other than it takes place in the High Republic era and has to do with Jedi and Sith. But I'm really, really, really excited. I mean, the feel that this is giving off is leaning towards more of an Andor, but also giving us vibes of, you know, trilogy-esque things that happen. You know, we're seeing, two sides kind of coming to terms with each other's power and the division between right and wrong. I mean, it's going to be very interesting seeing that happen in a series on its own. And I'm really excited that we have, this really cool cast that has been put to work on this show, and I just can't wait to see what The Acolyte brings to us. And just knowing that it's a series, sort of like Skeleton Crew, oh man, I'm really excited to see what The Acolyte brings. And the fourth and final thing that I'm excited for, and I left this one for last because this is probably my most anticipated series that they announced, and I know that most of you are excited for this as well, and that is the Ahsoka show that is coming very, very, very soon to Disney+. Now, Ahsoka, as we saw her in, Book of Boba Fett, we saw her in The Mandalorian, she has shown that she can definitely hold her own in a series. That character can more than sufficiently hold herself in a series by herself. Now, as someone who speaks from very little experience with, Clone Wars and Rebels, all I know is that she is a fantastic character. Ahsoka is a fantastic character. She embodies everything a Jedi is supposed to be. She's very noble, she is humble, and honestly, if we are to look back in time and see her as someone who is bringing balance to the Force, she was trained by Anakin Skywalker. So, in a way, she knows how well she's supposed to act, especially as a Jedi, representing, all Jedi in a way. And I think that to explore these concepts, especially in this series, I'm really excited about. And before even watching the show, I need to go and watch Rebels and Clone Wars. I'm pretty sure you guys would recommend that to me to go and watch before watching Ahsoka, because, yeah, that is definitely something I need to do before watching this series. And that will do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I want you to please go down in the comments below and tell me, what do you think is the most anticipated series, or what series you're most anticipated for, down in the comments below. Is it Ahsoka? Is it The Acolyte? Is it Skeleton Crew? Are you excited for the Rey Skywalker movie? I want to know those things down below in the comments. And while you're down there, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell, because on this channel, we talk about movies, music, and all things media and gaming. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.